So we are the Donkey Kong 64 team. It'll be on Team New Jersey, or Team Jersey, myself and Zorulda. I'm Znernicus.
And on Team Quebec, there's myself, Bismuth, and Obiyo. We're going to be racing to do a full Blackout bingo on 5x5 board for DK64. And the commentator, our dear friend, Emor Arbiter.
Morning. Glad to be here. Excited for this race. It is. Actually, I'm central. It is still 11:22.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, not too bad.
All right. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
We're ready to start whenever. Yep.
I'm ready.
All right. I guess I could do a countdown. So let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, all.
Good luck, guys.
Okay. Oh, so fast.
Oh my.
All right. As we move our runners into their respective team channels. So looking at this card, I went through... Oh, I can't see it in the spectator view. There we go. So I went through quite a few cards to generate this one. This card, I feel, has a decent amount of synergy, but it also has a lot of variance in how these guys can divide up their goals, how they can route each individual level. The really cool thing about DK64 Bingo is that in a speedrunning sense, this game is so busted that it basically turns from a collectathon into just a sandbox adventure. You can get to every level except one within 5 minutes from starting the game as Donkey Kong. You can go anywhere right away, grab a bunch of things. You know, you really just do what you want right at the start. So right at the beginning here, everyone's going to be doing training barrels. These give you essential skills and techniques you need to play through the game. Completing all 4 also gives you the ability to purchase moves from Cranky Kong, which is going to be essential, especially in a long Blackout. So we are going to have a bit of a lull in the first couple minutes here as these guys go through the training barrels. On this board, there's nothing too, I guess, quick for them to do. So we can see one of 2 openings for the most part. These guys can either go to Jungle Japes and play through the game, quote-unquote, the intended way, go through the levels in the intended order, free the Kongs what we call organically, where you free them as they're intended. You can also do a trick to get to Fungi Forest early right away, which lets you get key 5 to open up Creepy Castle, and then you can abuse the King Cutout fight, the boss of Creepy Castle, to unlock the Kongs that way. And it's the fastest way to get all 5 Kongs, but if you have stuff to do in the first couple levels, you might as well do that and free the Kongs along the way. So as we're getting out of Vine Barrel, we're going to start seeing these guys riding Diverge. And already we're seeing a bit of goal dividing. Looks like Team Quebec has a bit of an idea of what they want to do. The way I like to divide goals in Team Blackouts like this is there's usually one person who is tasked with going to every level. So you've got these big kind of overarching global collectibles, something like 600 bananas, getting 90 coins with 1 Kong. Most Kongs have like 130, 140. Things like that. So you usually want one person getting all those goals that span a lot of levels. And then you'll have another person kind of do the really more in-depth stuff or stuff that overlaps between a couple levels. And it seems like Team Quebec is going down that route. So all 4 of our runners doing swim through shores to get into the Banana Fairy Island early. This lets them unlock the camera to get Banana Fairies. This also gives them the Shockwave, which lets you get rainbow coins really quickly. And those give 5 coins to every Kong. Extremely useful for being able to buy moves really fast. So it looks like actually everybody is going to be doing Castle Kongs. It looks like all 4 of them headed up to Angry Aztec. See if any of them go to caves for any reason. So Team Quebec has finished dividing their goals, aside from 2 of them that they've marked. That's just kind of, you know, if you have time to do this, then do it. But other than that, they're pretty much set to go. Team Jersey still seeming like they're trying to figure out what they want to do. Znernicus going for the classic damage boost Aztec early. Everyone else going for the newer, just orange lag. And Zorulda having a bit of trouble. Everyone else is in. There we go. Last thing you want in a bingo is to have to go find oranges to get Aztec early. It's just not fun.
Would I have a quick moment to read off a nice donation here?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. Also, an apologies for my audio. We have no idea why it just suddenly went to static for no reason. Speaking of things for no reason, Game CMDR with a $50 donation saying, quote, always fun to run in Bingothon. Thanks everyone for watching Nier Automata. Glory to Bingo Kind. So thank you, Game, for the wonderful donation, and thank you for your contribution. Anyway, go ahead and continue with your commentary. Thank you for letting me read that.
Oh yeah, no problem. And thank you, Game Commander, for the generous donation. So we saw Bismuth or not Bismuth, I have my streams all messed up. We saw Obiyo and Zorulda go for the blueprint in Aztec here. Meanwhile, Bismuth and Znernicus are collecting bananas. Znernicus coming up on a really silly clip we have here, guitar skip. By very precisely backflipping into this corner, there's a weak seam, and DK will just get out of bounds. You can see him get pushed slightly to the left. There we go. So that took a little bit of time, but we're in there. Bismuth going to go ahead and just go straight to the boss. He's going to get key 5 here. I imagine he wants to rush castle. So one thing that is important to mention as we see Znernicus come into Cranky's lab here is that in the intended gameplay, you're supposed to do the 4 chaining barrels, and then you talk to Cranky in the inside DK aisles, and he teaches you Simian Slam, and you pound the switch and get out. But because everyone used an out-of-bounds trick to just swim through the wall and get out, you don't actually have Simian Slam. And a lot of people can fall into a trap where they just forget to go to Cranky. And then they don't have Simian Slam and they need it. And it's like, oh man, I never went and visited Cranky. So Znernicus went ahead and did that. He's going to head into the boss. You see Bismuth just finish up the Dogadon quick kill. For whatever reason, we haven't 100% nailed down technically why this happens. But if you take damage, I forget what the window is. I don't think it's 1 frame. But at the same time, relatively, when Dogadon gets hit by the barrel, this boss, it calls a cutscene at the end of the Fungi Forest boss and will produce key 5. So this is how you get to Creepy Castle really quickly. So you see Obiyo get it there. Znernicus setting it up. Easy every time. See if we can go 4 for 4. Everyone gets it. So Bismuth and Obiyo both reset directly out of key 5. Znernicus is going to do a couple more things in Aztec. We do have some Aztec goals. Both Banana Fairies and Angry Aztec, they're both sort of in the back half of the level. Angry Aztec is pretty clearly divided. Zorulda is going to go ahead and reset here. He realizes he has nothing else to do. Znernicus is going to go ahead and buy Baboon Blast. He's going to take the 3 Baboon Blast goal for Team Jersey. I imagine he's going to do Aztec Japes. I don't know if you want to do Crystal Caves here. So Baboon Blast and Japes is a goal on the card. So both teams are going to be doing that one 100%. The other 2 are more up to interpretation. So Bismuth and Obiyo both collecting a decent amount of coins, actually. Looking at their gold division, I'm not sure what Obiyo needs coins for. Oh, he's going to do the lighthouse, so he actually does need quite a few coins. Znernicus buying DK's gun. It looks like he's going to go into the Llama Temple and knock out the Banana Fairy in there. Maybe free Lanky while he's there. He will have to come back with Tiny to get that Banana Fairy, though. The one inside the other temple. So we see Bismuth and Obiyo both turning in key 5 here. They're going to go ahead and open up Jungle Japes as well as Creepy Castle. They're both probably headed up to go free their Kongs. And Bismuth will spend a decent chunk of time in Creepy Castle. He has to collect 200 colored bananas. He will have all 5 Kongs available, so 200 bananas in Creepy Castle is not all that difficult because you have the Kongs so easily available. He does also have to get all 3 golden bananas in the Creepy Castle dungeon, which does require, unless he is a legend and he's going to pull off Chain Push every time, he is going to need to buy Super Duper Simian Slam, which is the last upgrade with some Kong. Any Kong can buy it, but they do have to have their 3rd move purchased. I'm going to, while Bismuth is about to be watching cutscenes, I'm going to see if he wants to have a quick talk about how he and Obiyo decided to divide up his goals. Hey, Bismuth.
Good morning.
So, let's talk a little bit about how you decided to divide up your goals.
All right.
You and Obiyo.
Yeah, so I don't know if has Team Jersey talked yet, or are we first?
No, you guys are the first.
So for Team Quebec, the split we went for is basically my goal is to it's going to be focusing on colored bananas because there's a lot of them on the board, and that also lets me just like dive a little deeper into levels and get goals like column 4, row 4. There's 2 GBs for each Kong in Gloomy Galleon. That's something I'm going to be doing. That's going to let me get a bunch of colored bananas as well.
It's pretty good.
On the flip side, Obiyo is going to be trying to go in many different levels.
Right.
Just pick up the blueprints and go to Hideout Helm. So he's gonna collect key 8. He's gonna open the crown door. He's gonna do like the all instrument pad GBs all around DK aisles.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be running around a lot more. I do have 50 bananas in every level, so I will still be going to every level except Hideout Helm. But yeah, basically I'm focused more on colored bananas and he's focused more on blueprints and multi-level goals. That's our split.
It's actually a pretty interesting approach, having both of you guys go to pretty much every level.
Yeah, the problem is 50 bananas with in every level is just too good to pass up with 600 total. And
Right.
600 total just you can't really do that with like 16 blueprints and everything else involved. So
Yeah, that's just so much.
yeah.
Makes sense. I'll let you get back to your business.
All right.
So I didn't want to talk about it while someone on the other team was in the call with me, but if anyone was watching Znernicus, what he did was actually insane. So he went into Tiny's section of the 5-door temple as DK and did a trick that we call phase walking. And it requires, God, how many frame perfect inputs in a row? It's a lot. What you do is you first person at a specific facing angle within... It's relatively lenient, the facing angle anyway. It's like 90 degrees. But then you have to come out of first person, move the control stick down, neutral, up, neutral, and then do a Z slide, all in successive frames. And Znernicus actually did that to get under the floor to get the fairy in the tiny section of the 5-door temple. That was extremely difficult. And he also had to do a phase walk to get into the temple. So he had to pull that off twice, which is really impressive for me to see. And I was really sad I didn't get to commentate on it while it was happening. But with that, Znernicus does pick up the first goal of this race by getting both banana fairies in Angry Aztec. Actually insane. I'm so impressed. So Bismuth electing to do Castle Kong's down by Funky so he can leave the Trophenscoff by the Kong's gun and then go back in. So like Bismuth was talking about, there are two kind of really big global multi-level goals going on here. And they chose to split them between Bismuth and Obiyo. So Bismuth's going to be doing all the colored bananas, and Obiyo will be doing the blueprints. You see Bismuth collecting seemingly nothing. A Kong is not free, even if you control them. They're not technically free from their prison until you jump into a tag barrel. And this applies to DK as well. So he hasn't jumped into a tag barrel as Lanky. He just walked out. But the collectibles are still there. They're just invisible, but you can still pick them up. So Znernicus finally decides he's done with Aztec. He's going to reset, probably make his way to castle. And we'll be in another bit of a lull here. As we pretty much watch everyone do the same thing. Moonkick into the cutout fight. Maybe leave, buy some guns. I think this will be a good time. Let's hit up Zorulda and see if they want to talk about.
Whatnot.
Hey, Zorulda.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good, man. So I just wanted to kind of catch up with Team Jersey, see, talk about your goal selection a bit. How'd you guys decide to divide up your goals?
This is a hell of a board. Oh my god, dude. There's Beanstalk GB and there's Rabbit Race. So Znernicus is going to be showing off a pretty sick trick that happens in Fungi.
I was hoping someone would do that, yes.
He is going to do it, yep. Him and I both can do it. Luckily, he's also going to be doing the banana goals, so he's going to get 600 bananas, which, god damn it, Emo, 600 bananas, come on.
You don't want to know how many cards I went through before I saw this one, man. I saw one that I was kind of okay with. I'm like, this kind of routes itself after a while, and it's pretty boring. I was going to do the same thing, and I came across, I'm like, this is the one.
Oh, no. So you did know. Oh, my God.
Oh, I handpicked this one.
Okay, that's really
I knew exactly what I was doing.
So basically, Znernicus is doing the banana goals. I'm doing the blueprint goals.
All right.
So the blueprints I've decided that I'm going to do are all of the castle blueprints, all of the galleon blueprints, because that's also one, and all of the factory blueprints, and then I have 4 more that I need to get after that. That's it. And then since I'll be in galleon getting those blueprints, I might as well do those 2 GBs for each Kong and Gloomy Galleon.
Okay. Makes sense.
But yeah, and then I'm also doing the 5 DK Isle instrument pads, so I'll have to buy instrument for each of the Kongs.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna do that here because I'm gonna have to go to that area to get Chunky's blueprint.
Oh yeah. Well, cool. I will let you get back. Oh, did I don't know if Znernicus is like talking about what he's doing. This madman pulled off the phase walks in the 5-door temple.
Yeah.
Dude is actually insane. I was so impressed.
This is what we do, man.
I am clearly out of touch with the meta. All right, well I'll let you get back.
All right, my guy.
Say morning. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
So, Team Jersey, Team Quebec do have the same kind of general strategy of splitting up the 2 big multi-level goals. I did find it interesting, though, their reasoning. So, Team Quebec has Bismuth, who's doing the 600 golden bananas, doing the 2 bananas for each Kong and Gloomy Galleon, which is a deceptively long goal. Gloomy Galleon doesn't have that many incredible GBs, especially for Tiny's really bad. No, it's not Tiny. It is Tiny. Tiny has 1 good banana. And then the rest of them just kind of suck. So it is interesting that Team Quebec has Bismuth doing it, so he can grab a bunch of colored bananas along the way. While Team Jersey has Zorulda doing it, who's not doing the colored bananas, but he's getting the blueprint, so he's running all over Galleon anyway. So it'll be really interesting to see which strategy pans out. We see Obiyo here trying to get factory early, struggling a little bit, wanted to do it with DK. I assume he had somewhere he wanted to be. Gonna go ahead and do it with Lanky, significantly easier. He's also out of oranges. Unfortunately, does not get the long jump, so he is gonna have to do this orange list, which isn't horribly difficult on N64, but it can be obnoxious. It can wall you for no reason whatsoever. So hopefully he can get it pretty quickly. This long jump looks good. Oh, Bismuth gets whacked off by the Kosh. Oh, no. Oh, man. This is one of the things that DK64 does the most, is especially in Creepy Castle. Creepy Castle is the worst offender with this. This level has so much just ambient lag that if you get smacked by an enemy, you are going flying. The way that DK64 works with lag is that they speed up the Kong to try to compensate, so it's not like the lag slows you down, it just slows everything around you down, which is why you see like orange clips work and such. But it does have the side effect of if you get smacked by an enemy and you're helpless and the game is lagging like crazy because of all the rain in Creepy Castle, you are just in no man's land. So it's kind of funny on Obiyo's screen, you see the cutscene for Chunky saying help me, but he is Chunky. Obiyo lining up for a trick called Robot Push. This is the bane of many any percent runners. Ricardo the robot here has 2 attacks. He can either punch you or lunge at you. What you want him to do is you want to wedge in that corner and have him lunge like at your backside, and the collision will push you out the wall to the other side and you're out of bounds. Sometimes works with the punch, as you see Obiyo get there, but that is much less consistent than when he does the lunge. And the cool thing about out of bounds in DK64 is your floor height is kept. So unlike most other games like OOT or the Banjo games or something where you fall if you're out of bounds, you actually just stay level with where you are. So DK64 has a lot of out of bounds abuse. These robots are giving Obiyo just some hell right now. This is really unfortunate to watch. There we go. So you see Zorulda here actually doing buying all the instruments, since he has to be right here for this chunky blueprint, since he has all blueprints in Creepy Castle. Or he's opting to get all the blueprints in Creepy Castle, excuse me. He's just going to go ahead and buy the instruments since he does need all 5 instruments. Oh, goodness, that was really lucky from Obiyo. Oh, that Kasplat smacked him, but he smacked him into the wall so he didn't fall off the ledge. So Bismuth is making the climb as tiny. Oh, I spoke too soon. Making the fall as tiny. There are a lot of bananas on the outside of Creepy Castle. Thankfully, he should hopefully have Warp 3. No, he's just gonna... What is he doing? I don't know why he jumped down. I guess he's just taking the L and he's gonna go do something else. As I was saying, there's a lot of bananas on the outside of Creepy Castle. There's, I believe, 100 just climbing the castle. 50 is DK and 50 is Tiny. You can get those pretty easily without any moves. It's just a matter of what are the other 100 you're going to get. Obiyo here kind of in the same train of thought that Zorulda was, where he wants to grab all the factory blueprints. So he's opting to buy his moves in... Oh, poor Bismuth doesn't know. I already brought up him getting smacked off a Creepy Castle. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up again. That was terrible to watch. See, at least, I don't know if Bismuth has the stream audio going, but at least getting smacked off the castle, you can just like, you know, it was really unlucky. The enemy was in my way. He decided to smack me, whatever. Just walking off the ledge like that as Tiny is so much more inexcusable for a runner of Bismuth's caliber, and I'm going to go ahead and slam him right here since he brought it up in chat. And then I'll tell him that I didn't. Znernicus getting this rainbow coin as chunky is pretty interesting. I wonder where he's planning on going. Might be going to the shed. Or to Cranky. That makes sense. Yeah, the first 20-30 minutes of bingo, especially a blackout bingo where you have to do so much more than just, you know, a normal pick a row, pick a column, can be a little bit boring since you have a lot of moves to buy. You have a lot of this sort of same stuff right at the beginning. Bismuth getting this greenhouse golden banana. I like this. This has a lot of colored bananas in it. I think it's 30, something like that. You get a ton. He's not even grabbing the golden banana. He just wants his colored bananas and get out of there. I respect that decision. The greenhouse is really good for colored bananas. Although it is pretty interesting seeing, you know, where these guys are buying their moves. Like, you see Obiyo is in factory. He's got Cranky and Candy right next to each other. Whereas, you know, Bismuth and Znernicus are kind of stopping by Cranky's and Castle whenever they can. The Cranky in Creepy Castle is really far out of the way, especially on N64 when there's so much lag. Taking Warp 2 or Warp 3 to Cranky and then back down to the tag barrel is so slow. Like, it's a lot longer than you think it is, because you just think, oh, the tag rail's right next to the warps, and Cranky's right next to the warp. But the warps are so slow in such a laggy level. I hope Zorulda meant to fall there. I was unfortunately not quite paying attention. Friends, it is difficult to watch 4 streams all at the same time, even though 3 of them are buying moves right now. Zorulda looking like he's not too sure what he wants to do. Oh, he's looking for the tree with chunky coins. That's what he's trying to do. Is he going to get his 90 coins with chunky? That's another thing I haven't really touched on. So 90 coins with 1 Kong. A lot of people will typically do DK. Sometimes, depending on where you go, Lanky is an option. Tiny and Diddy are usually out of the question because Monkey Port and Rocket Barrel are such valuable moves that you want to spend their coins. But Chunky's a pretty interesting decision if that's who he's going with. I mean, he already has 43, I think is what I saw. Yeah, your water level is really high. So in the same way that your floor height is kept when you get out of bounds while you're walking, if you get out of bounds while you're swimming, the water surface level kind of extends infinitely. So you could see Zorulda had to swim really high there to get out of the water because he swam out of bounds at a high water level. So it looks like Zorulda is going to be done with Castle here. Obiyo really skimped on blueprints and castles. Zorulda got all 5. So typically once you have all your Kongs free, or if you're doing organic Kongs once you're out of Aztec, you're going to go to factory almost every time. If you need to buy moves, like you've got the Cranky and Candy right there. Funky's not even in that terrible of a spot. It's just a really kind of good level to go to kind of unlock your bingo in a sense. Zorulda does pick up his first of 5 instrument pad golden bananas he's going to get. Second is in factory lobby right here. I don't know if he's going to do it before or after. Considering he's tiny right now, he's probably going to get it after. This is a neat little trick that Zorulda is about to go for here. So kind of in the same way that the swimming through walls works, and what you saw Znernicus do in Angry Aztec really early on, with the same 90-degree facing angle, if you leave first person while falling, you can flip out of bounds. And you can do this only as Chunky. So or this particular version of it only as Chunky. So by doing a skid, so like going down up really quickly to make your character skid and do a sharp direction change, if you skid and jump at the same time, you'll jump, but the game still thinks you're on the ground because you're skidding, called a skid jump. And then you can jump again, you can attack, you can long jump, you can backflip if you have no momentum. Bismuth taking a really unfortunate death trying to be cheeky and get across the goo puddle in one baboon balloon here. So you can do a lot of things out of skid jumps because while you're in the air, the game thinks you're on the ground still. So what Chunky can do, because his skid jump is so high, you can pull out the camera while you're in midair and leave the camera, and it counts as leaving first person, and Chunky can clip out of through the wall just like that. Bismuth making extra sure this time he's at the absolute front of the pad, doesn't want to fall again. Oh, yeah, he wavered a little early there. Oh, you gotta play it safe, man. Zorulda got a very nice robot push. That was pretty quick. Obiyo doing a trick ladder push. For whatever reason, Donkey Kong 64 is going to be Donkey Kong 64. If you do a jump aerial facing towards the camera against that ladder, as I don't know if it works with other Kongs. We do it as Lanky. You just clip through. It's an easy way to get to the Battle Crown. Otherwise, you'd have to go through a long tunnel as Donkey, pull a lever, which in most bingos you won't have Gorilla Grab. Although Obiyo is actually going to need Gorilla Grab, but that's a long tunnel to roll through. It's much faster to just do this. Zorulda doing another series of fall through walls here to get in and out of the dark room. As Znernicus heads into the dungeon. Obiyo getting his first of 4 battle crowns. Opening the crown door in Hideout Helm does require 4 battle crowns. Oh, Bismuth saying he had to neutral reset his stick. It was holding, I guess it was holding slightly back. Because, yeah, it did look like he was really short on some of those floats. So Obiyo has marked off all blueprints in Frantic Factory. That is Team Quebec's first goal done. Znernicus getting a nice instrument play while the grape is in flight there and popping the balloon. That was pretty cool. Obiyo grabbing his first instrument pad. Went for the dance skip. If you're high enough above the ground when you grab a golden banana, you'll skip the dance animation because the game just... I don't know what the height threshold is for it because it's not fall damage because you don't take fall damage from that height. But that would have worked if the banana was closer to the edge. Obiyo realizing he doesn't have Primate Punch. That's really unfortunate. He wanted to break that box to get an easy blueprint. He's going to start his second of 4 battle crowns. Zorulda trying to climb the production room while it's off, trying to get a moon kick by interrupting DK's aerial attack with a, I guess, dash attack, his kick. You can do this on either a ledge or a slope, or if the ceiling is really low. There's a lot of ways you can get this. But by doing that, you'll cause DK to just fly really high in the air, just like that. That's a good way to get up to this blueprint from the bottom of Factory. A little bit of a janky camera angle there, but he made it work. So Bismuth has actually finished up all his stuff in Creepy Castle. So that is 3 golden bananas in the dungeon, as well as 200 colored bananas. Znernicus also done with 200 colored bananas. He is about to finish up the... Why is he still collecting colored bananas if he marked it off? Come on, man. Help me out here. I can't count these things while watching 4 streams. Trust in you. Did that grab? That did grab. All right. I don't have audio, so I couldn't tell. That's an audio cue to know if you got that pause exit. That's really good. So Znernicus finishes up all 3 GBs in Castle Dungeon, and he is finally out of Creepy Castle. Zorulda gonna go ahead and do his shopping spree. Bismuth setting up robot push. Please, Ricardo, be nice. You are not nice. He's really not nice. That's the worst thing he can do is just walk away. Because at least if he punches you, you know you have his attention. But if he walks away, it's like, man, notice me, please. So Bismuth grabbing the that golden banana. He doesn't actually need it, but I guess it was just kind of helpful for him to line up where he is since he wants to slide down. Yeah, see, Fox, that was definitely on purpose. So Zorulda, I'll go ahead and talk about that. So Zorulda hinted to it when I was talking about goal selection. So I did purposely pick a card with Beanstalk and Rabbit Race GB. So what that does is Bismuth is going for a cheeky... Looks like he's trying to get out of bounds. I'm actually not aware of this clip. So if you've ever watched a 101% run, there's a series of tricks you can do, and it's the coolest thing we do in any speedrun of this game. It just absolutely blows my mind, these tricks. I'm not even going to describe them right now, but there's a series of tricks involving these two golden bananas specifically that save so much time. I forget, it's like 3 or 4 minutes over just doing them the way you normally do them. I'm not sure what Bismuth was trying to do there. Znernicus gets his robot push. I don't know. I don't know if he meant to fall there, so he's going to try to kill DK's Kasplat here just so the dude's out of the way. And then make a lag jump over. He's just taking the L, dropping to warp 4. Obiyo climbing the lighthouse. He's got to turn this on for one of his goals. Doesn't actually need the banana. He's just got to turn it on. So once this cutscene's over, we'll mark that off. Yeah, so Zorulda told me that Znernicus is 100% going to go for the Beanstalk Rabbit Race combo, like doing the tricks and everything. I don't know, so Bismuth is doing both of those goals. I don't know if he's going to try it. I assume he would. But Bismuth hasn't done RTA of this game, aside from Bingo, in how long, so I honestly don't know how good he is at these tricks. I assume he knows them and can do them. So Obiyo going to go ahead and start his first Baboon Blast. He's got to do 3. One of them is going to be Japes. This dude listening to the stream, hearing me talk about what the other team is doing. Come on, Bismuth. Dude, I believe in both of you. I think you'll both absolutely nail it. Zorulda starting what I believe is his first Battle Crown. I didn't see if he got the text or not. I was not looking. Oh, I need to go ahead and mark this off for Team Quebec. So Team Quebec with a slight goal lead here. But honestly, it's so hard to tell because DK64 is such an open game. There's so much to do, especially on a card with 25 goals like this, that you really don't know until about 10 minutes left. Obiyo gonna do a swim through walls here to go for Lanky's blueprint in Galleon. As Team Jersey marks off all blueprints in factory. Znernicus falling in factory Baboon Blast. That's okay. I had to double check the gold distribution. I wasn't sure if he just needed the bananas or if that was a mistake. Looks like both. Zorulda picking up his second instrument pad GB. Ooh, Bismuth's camera went a little wonky. That kind of scared me a moment. Everyone doing pretty much the same level order. This isn't terribly surprising, especially with Castle Kongs. If you do organic Kongs, you mostly just do the levels in developer order. Save for maybe Fungi. You kind of just put that one wherever. But if you do Castle Kongs, you know, Aztec, Fungi, or not Aztec, not Fungi, Aztec, Castle, Factory Galleon's a pretty standard start if you need to go to all those levels. Just knock out the Kremling Isle side of things and then head to the DK Isle side. Obiyo starting his third Battle Crown. So here's where we will see a bit of deviation. This is probably the biggest deviation, the goal distribution that I can tell is the handling of the goals and galleon here. It's like both teams were talking to me about. Bismuth wanted to do the colored bananas, or he wanted to do the golden bananas in galleon, since he knew that would get him a lot of colored bananas. He does need 600. There's 3,500 in the game. 600 is still a deceptively large amount to get. While Zorulda wanted to do the blueprints with the colored bananas. I said that wrong. He's not doing colored bananas. He wanted to do the blueprints and the GBs together. Whereas Bismuth was like, you know, that's a little too much collecting. Do the blueprints for Obiyo and let me get the GBs because that's a lot of colored bananas. There's no right or wrong answer there, but it is pretty nice to see the deviation a bit. Obiyo making the rare visit to the Funky and Galleon. Bismuth doing his favorite minigame, Splish Splash Salvage. Makes fun of anybody who doesn't get a 40. As he jumps the wrong way. If I'm roasting Bismuth too much, just know it's all in good fun. It's because he specifically asked me not to roast him. Znernicus headed into the lighthouse to turn that on. Obiyo gonna go ahead and leave Galleon. He is going to head into Jungle Japes. He's probably going to pick up some really easy blueprints. Japes is a very small level, a lot of really fast collectibles here. He's going to trigger the B-Locker to lower. And while he does that, he's going to run back and get this instrument pad banana. So Obiyo's going to head in here, probably grab blueprints. He needs to do the Baboon Blast in here to get that golden banana. And he also needs to do Key 1. And what is kind of interesting here is Obiyo is designated to do Key 1 for Team Quebec, while Team Jersey is like, whoever gets there, just do it. You know, they haven't... Both teams have a kind of set of goals that's just, you know, if you're there, do it. As Team Jersey finishes up the lighthouse. Both teams actually have 3 goals marked. For just, you know, whoever gets there is. I'm going to sneeze real quick. Hold on. Never mind, false alarm. So both teams have 3 goals that they marked as, you know, just whoever gets there, do them. They both mark Diddy Minecart and 1 GB for each Kong and Caves. Both teams are just, those don't synergize with anything. They're just there. The Team Quebec actually marked both Banana Fairies and Aztec as whoever has time, while Team Jersey chose Key 1 for that. Obiyo going for the nice dance skip on this golden banana. Unfortunately finds the part of the wall that isn't a wall and just chucks his orange right through. I like spamming oranges to get that dance skip, but he only had one, so had to shoot his shot. I do believe this is going to be Obiyo's 4th Battle Crown. That's all he needs to open the crown door in Helm. Znernicus has left Galleon. Zorulda and Bismuth both have a lot to do here, so they're going to be here for a little bit longer. I imagine Znernicus is probably also headed to Japes. Most players like to just kind of work their way up the DK side of the island. As he proves me wrong, he is going to go up. Where would he be going? Probably Fungi. Fungi or Caves? It is going to be Fungi. So this is a cool little series of moon kicks to get to Fungi early. So you moon kick off the rock to the top of Aztec here. Miss the chain. You can jump out of the first moon kick and chain the 2 moon kicks together, and it looks really cool. So you get onto DK's ear, then you get onto his forehead. And then you use the nice bit of lag to get around to the back of DK's big ol' head. Do a slope reset, accomplished by falling completely off the slope and then jumping again. Gives you full height, since the game does think you are above the ground and not on the slope anymore. That is Fungi early. The things to do in Fungi, we've got the 2 GBs. Znernicus is probably also going to collect quite a few colored bananas. He does have to get 50 in every level, as does Bismuth. The Fungi's got a lot of colored bananas out in the open, so he'll probably grab quite a few more than 50. There's some levels like Galleon, Aztec, where you don't want to grab more than 50 because they all kind of suck. Caves is kind of like that too. And there's some levels like Castle or Japes, even Fungi, where there's a lot more colored bananas out in the open, not behind doors, not locked behind moves. Obiyo going ahead and taking Diddy Minecart since he got to Japes first. This is another cool little strat. Usually you see people hold the camera facing backwards the entire time, so Obiyo started to do it, but I guess decided not to. It can be a little risky, since you have 0 room for error if you do it. But by holding the camera backwards, you reduce a lot of lag, and you can get, past some of the TNT barrels that fall. So I need to talk about what Znernicus is doing. So this is the kind of wombo combo of Rabbit Race and Beanstalk. So what he's doing right now is he just got it. So by entering a tag barrel, I believe it's 1 frame after, some kind of state change. So going from uncrouching or crouching to uncrouching, which is how he got it. Entering fall damage, leaving hunky chunky, things like that. There's a lot of different state changes. The game will put you in the tag barrel, but you'll also drop out. It puts you in this weird sort of state we call tag barrel storage. And so what's actually happening is the camera's locked on the tag barrel, but you still have control of Lanky. And so this sets up a very long out-of-bounds navigation. It's very long and very specific, and you can really easily get lost because the banana is far away. But you use the surface of the water to kind of guide you. And you do a completely blind navigation over to the... If you know what Fungi Forest looks like, this is a very long walk over to where the Rabbit Race is. And he gets it. That was really good. It didn't look like it took a whole lot of kind of... He didn't look like he got lost. But what this does is the golden banana is actually there the whole time. but it despawns as the area loads. So by keeping the camera locked on the tag barrel, the area never loads, but the golden banana is there. So if you can do this long blind navigation, you can actually grab the golden banana without doing both of the rabbit races, which is one of the more challenging golden bananas just by skill. And so what you can do, you're still in the tag barrel state, so you can see Link, he's invisible. So what he's going to go do now is he's going to go back and grab some colored bananas. He's going to go back to the area he was just in. He hasn't tagged a Kong yet. He played the instrument so he could load the area and kind of see what he was doing. So you can see as he walks by the tag barrel, he can choose to tag. He's not going to do that yet. So that tag barrel is still active. Keep this in mind. So he's going to walk over to this other tag barrel. There's like 5 tag barrels in this area, which is why it's so good for this. So he's going to tag Diddy. That other tag barrel is still active. So he's going to do a gun dive here by pulling out your gun right before you hit the water. You can hold the guns in the water, which is really important. So he leaves the real water, is out of bounds, air swimming. We call it fake water. By leaving fake water in a method that the game doesn't intend you to. So, going into first person, leaving first person takes you out of fake water. Jumping is intended, so that's not going to do this. You get in a skewed state. So the way hitboxes are on the Kongs is the hitbox is completely on the front of the Kong. So now that the Kong is on his back, the hitbox is facing upward. So you have almost no collision because there's no collision on the feet. So now he goes back to the tag barrel that was active while in Diddy's rocket barrel. Now you have rocket barrel tiny. So he's going to line up a very specific spot on the wall. Remember, he's got basically no collision detection. So he's going to go right through this wall. He's going to line it up and... Oh, he got it! Dude, that's so insane. That's so hard to do. So when you go through the wall there, the ceiling just pushes you down. It's not like he's choosing to carefully descend into the banana. The game is just slamming you down as fast as it can back to like a reasonable flying height. So you have to so carefully line that trick up. So when the game slams you down, that you hit the golden banana on the way down. I cannot stress how difficult that series of tricks is. And it saves so much time. And Znernicus just made it look so easy. Like, oh my goodness. I can't believe he actually pulled... I knew he could do it, man. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, sound defense. I don't know if how long you've been here. I just spent the last 5 minutes trying my best to kind of describe all the things that are happening. There's a lot that goes into those tricks. Like, there's so many just different layers of things that are happening to do those tricks. So I need to catch up on my goals here. So Obiyo did finish the Diddy minecart. Bismuth finished up his galleon stuff. Obiyo got the baboon blast done. Cool. We got that baboon blast. I believe everything's good there. Yeah. So that was so insane from Znernicus. Like, if you watch a lot of 101%, you're probably desensitized to it because a lot of the top runners do these and they've practiced it so much. But to just pull that out in a bingo is so cool. So I need to regain my composure here and kind of observe what's happening in the rest of the bingo now. So Obiyo is getting key 1 and he's going to be done with japes here unless he has other blueprints to grab. Bismuth looks like he's choosing to get his 90 coins with Donkey Kong. He's going to run around and grab a bunch of DK coins. He's got a lot of really easy ones and japes to get here. He also needs to get... Wow, I'm surprised that hit him. He needs to get 50 bananas in the level as well. Zorulda is just wrapping up Galleon here, it looks like. He needs all his blueprints. Needed 2 GBs with each Kong. Oh yeah, I completely missed this goal. So there is 1 GB for each Kong in Fungi Forest. So Rabbit Race counts for Lanky, Beanstalk counts for Tiny. He's getting this as Donkey Kong, so he does need to get Diddy and Chunky Bananas still. Or I'm just blind and missed him do it. Oh yeah, he got the apples with Chunky, and then Diddy, he did the cage. Okay. Yep. Cool, cool. Yep, so Obiyo is done with Japes. He's got all the blueprints he wants out of here. Bismuth struggling to get up a little bit here. Zorulda starting what I believe is his 3rd Battle Crown. Remember, they need 4 to open the crown door in Helm. Znernicus on his way into Crystal Caves. He's going to go ahead and do 1 GB for each Kong here. Still needs 50 bananas in every level, but doesn't need to do anything else here. Both teams are kind of like, whoever can get to caves, gets to caves. Znernicus feels that he has less time left on his goals, so he's good to take the Crystal Cave stuff. Obiyo going to pick up the Chunky instrument pad here, and I believe all he has left is the Diddy one. Bismuth probably making his way up to Fungi, yep. Zorulda doing another camera fall through walls there is Chunky. Getting to this side needs Chunky's blueprint. There's 2 balloons and easy 20 bananas. Obiyo gonna head into Crystal Caves. He feels he has less time left on his goals than Bismuth does. He's trying to do a ledge clip here, so by interrupting your momentum by going into first person, you can actually fall through the seam between the ground and the wall. You can do this without going into first person, but it's extremely difficult RTA, so we'll usually try to buffer it with first person like this. One person has to do the entire goal. That's a great question, Candy Boots. So for those not reading chat or watching a VOD later, question in chat. So with something like 5 bonus barrels and 16 blueprints, can they do 3 and 2 for bonus barrels and 10 and 6 for blueprints, or does one person have to do the whole goal? One person has to do the entire goal. You cannot split a goal between 2 teammates. All right, so we're going to watch Bismuth go for the gauntlets. I'm going to do my best to explain this again, probably not nearly as in-depth. Oh, he baited me. Okay, there we go. He's just trying to get a better camera, get some ammo, get some stuff. He's very low on his consumables. No, he is baiting me. So rude. I see Lanky next to Warp 5. I'm like, oh man, it's time. Oh, Bismuth's not going to do it. He's not comfortable. I can't blame him. It's so hard. So on Obiyo and Znernicus' screens, you see them both in the Igloo area and Crystal Caves. These are really fast bananas to get. You only need 1 for each Kong. There's 1 door for each Kong, all containing 1 golden banana. Very easy goal. Yeah, you see DK64's lag doing Obiyo dirty there. He gets hit by the falling rocks and just launches off the Igloo. So that looked intentional from Znernicus. So this rotating maze is actually really difficult. The game intends you to have 3 melons there, so you can take 2 hits because it does a full melon each time. But we only do it with 2 because the 3rd melon is expensive. Obiyo marks that he has collected all 16 blueprints. There's also 4 blueprints on each Kong. Which 16 blueprints kind of just comes naturally. 4 blueprints for 5 Kongs is 20. 16 is free. So here you see Bismuth doing the intended way of Rabbit Race. The second one is much harder. If you've ever played the Virtual Console version, the second Rabbit Race is absolutely asinine. It's not so bad on N64 because the Rabbit does slow down with the lag. But on Virtual Console, they pretty much eliminated the lag, but they didn't compensate anything for the Kong speed, so the second Rabbit Race is so difficult. Zorulda's having a really long galleon. Having a bad time trying to hit the switches. There we go. Probably realizing 2 GBs with each Kong on top of having to go around and get the blueprints may be a bit long. Znernicus with another slick pause exit on the banana grab. Oh, Bismuth getting stuck on the Kasplat. That's not something you really want to see because you want the rabbit to get stuck on the Kasplat. But again, on N64, it's not so terrible because the rabbit does fall behind with the lag. Cheeky orange pickup by Bismuth there. Znernicus doing the OG strat of getting into this igloo where you swim through the wall and clip up through the seam. You saw Obiyo get it earlier just by jumping into a weak corner. So that is 1 GB for each Kong and Caves done for Team Jersey. Team Quebec will be right behind. Zorulda gonna do a cool little trick here. This is one of the few bananas that you can grab with the wrong Kong. So this is originally meant to be done with Donkey Kong. But the way that the boat works is DK's boat is slowed down because the Seal Race Arena is so much smaller than the Puff Toss fight. So DK's boat moves a lot slower than the other 4 Kongs because you're meant to fight Puff Toss with Lanky and meant to do this as DK. By clipping into this race as a different Kong, you actually go so fast that you can get to the other side of this boat sometimes. It's a little finicky as you're seeing Zorulda struggle with it here. There's not really a rhyme or reason to why the boat just doesn't let you through as it lets him through there, for whatever reason. I believe it's something to do with the water level, but I don't know the exact science to that boat letting you through. But that is also the same reason that you'll never see runners fight DK as Puff Toss as DK except for a meme. Because DK's boat does move slower. It takes longer to hit him, it's harder to dodge his bullets, things like that. So Zorulda is finally out of Gloomy Galleon. Making sure I'm up to date on my goals here. Znernicus just did that. So Znernicus is going to climb up and do the Diddy minecart here. Bismuth getting the Super secret rainbow coin. That, contrary to popular belief, did not invalidate leaderboard runs. Obiyo is done with Crystal Caves, so he's going to head up to Hideout Helm. He's got to get Key 8, which doesn't take very long at all. Open the crown door. Actually, Obiyo's almost done with his goals, which honestly is not good. Bismuth has a lot left, so he's got to do the Beanstalk GB, which, since he has to do it the intended way, is going to take quite a bit of time. Obiyo finishing up the DK Isles instrument GBs. So this is actually interesting. So I don't have an exact total on how many colored bananas Bismuth has. That's just way too hard for me to do while watching 4 streams. So he's marked. He has at least 500 because he's marked that goal done. So he's relatively close to that. He's about to getting tongue-tied. He's about to get the Beanstalk GB here, but this is like a minute of cutscenes. What levels has Bismuth not gone to yet? He hasn't gone to caves. He has to get 50 bananas there. He's really low on crystals. This is... That's tight. Wait, is this gonna happen? It is gonna happen! He de-transforms before Squawks picks him up. He's gonna refuse. He's gonna refuse because Tiny's too fat. Oh no, that's so bad. Oh, Bismuth's gotta go find crystals. You need like 4, I think, and he had 2. You have to watch the whole cutscene too. I forgot. Oh no. I don't know where to pick crystals up. I think there's some by Funky, which is where he's headed. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's really unfortunate for Bismuth. Yeah, tagging Warp 2 to get back here. He's going to reload the level. So I haven't talked about Obiyo going through Helm at all. So Helm does have some really cool out-of-bounds tricks to let you get to the end very fast. You can also get to the level very fast. So by climbing up onto K-Rool Isle's nose as Tiny, there's actually a weak seam that you can jump through and fall into the loading zone into Hideout Helm. And then there's another weak corner in the lobby that you can backflip through as either Diddy or Tiny, because they're the 2 high backflippers. And you can just go around the back of the loading zone and enter Hideout Helm. So after that, there's you saw these little computers here. He has to open the crown door, so he's still going to clip out. So Obiyo's going to watch a nice little cutscene here. So there's one of the computers you can grab onto the corner of, and if you pull up out of bounds. And then it keeps the height of the computer, and you can walk around the rooms and get to the back of Hideout Helm without having to shut down the Blastomatic. Saves 10 minutes. Saves a lot of time. Yes, Obiyo's done with the crown door. All he's got to do is clip on this terminal, so you can actually wedge yourself between the terminal and the floor here, and just, in theory, walk out of bounds. It's a little finicky, especially when you're Chunky. Chunky or DK, they're both really fat, so it can be kind of hard to get through the wall here. Znernicus is going to go ahead and enter the Armadillo fight. As Obiyo finishes up his goal. So he is probably going to go... Yeah, he's going to go to Aztec, I think. That's the one goal that Bismuth just hasn't started at all. So that's probably the easiest one to take. In the same vein, key 1 is actually Znernicus' last goal. So Znernicus actually done with the colored banana collecting. This is looking really good for Team Jersey here. This is looking really good for Team Jersey. Oh yeah, these ones are done too, my bad. It's really hard to keep track of these goals while trying to watch 4 streams. So Zorulda also in Japes. What does he have to do here? Looking a little lost. Oh, he's doing bonus barrels. Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and knock out the quick tiny bonus barrel here. Bismuth is turning in blueprints to get his GBs. That's why he hadn't marked off 2 for each Kong and Galleon yet, because he had to turn in the blueprints. Znernicus finishes his last goal, key 1. He's going to go ahead and mark off key 8 and head straight up to Hideout Helm. Figuring, since Zorulda has to walk there anyway, key 8 is like a 20-second detour once you're at the crown door. But those 20 seconds could make a huge difference. They don't know how Team Quebec is doing, as Obiyo gets Aztec early on his last try. Bless the orange lag. That is Zorulda's last bonus barrel. He's also done with the baboon blasts. So I don't want to call it too early because, again, I don't know exactly how Bismuth is doing on colored bananas or bonus barrels here. But it is looking really good for Team Jersey. And Zorulda collects his 90th chunky coin. All he's got left to do. Zorulda needs what instrument GB is he missing? I guess he's missing ditties. He hasn't gone up to caves. No, he has gone up to caves because he has the 50 bananas. Missing chunky. So Zorulda's gonna grab this chunky GB here and then open the crown door. Znernicus is gonna grab key 8 and Team Jersey's done. Obiyo has to get to the back of Aztec, struggling with guitar skip. I think he's going to elect to do it as a different Kong. But he's just going to open the door. He's deciding this trick sucks. I don't want to lose any more time than I need to. I'm going to go ahead and open the door. It's not that much slower, honestly. It's not too bad. Znernicus opting to do switch kick here, so by getting a moon kick off of the pineapple switch, this trick sucks a lot. But the wall above the pineapple switch is a little weak. Or towards the left side, but this trick is brutal. This kills a lot of any percent runs. It sometimes just doesn't let you through, and then this guy's chucking oranges at you the whole time. Oh, he didn't have the Diddy one either. Is he? Oh, Znernicus did the colored bananas. I'm silly. Okay. I've got everything straight here. So that should be... I'm going to wait for them to mark it off before I do, but that should be the last instrument pad for Team Jersey. Looks like Zorulda is actually going to head into caves. What does he need? Does he need coins? No, because Znernicus did coins. What is he doing? Looking at their card, they need the DK Isles Instrument Pad GBs, which aren't in caves. Crown Door and Helm is not in caves. Znernicus is still struggling with Switch Kick, unfortunately. This is giving Jersey a chance to catch up. Bismuth comes back to the Beanstalk with enough Crystal Coconuts. Able to defeat his nemesis. And that is Beanstalk GB for Team Quebec. I am getting all kinds of tongue-tied here. Oh, Zorulda didn't have Triangle Trample. That's a good call. That's real rough, because he was right next to... Oh, and that takes away the 90 coins, because he had to spend them. Ooh. I mean, 2 chunky coins aren't that hard to come across, but that's... You gotta do some real quick thinking here. Because you can't just grab the rainbow coin in caves. It's a long one. Where are 2 chunky coins? I couldn't even tell you where 2 chunky coins are in this level. Man, he was right next to Candy in Creepy Castle too, because Chunky's blueprint's right there, and he grabbed it. Obiyo electing to... I guess, yeah, because you can't open the 5-door temple here. That kind of sucks a little. He's trying to do this as Chunky. This is a really tight fall-through walls here, because Chunky's big, and if you make a mistake, you are walking out of this temple. So Znernicus wraps up Key 8. There's not really anything else he's going to be able to do here. So it's all up to Zorulda to finish up Team Jersey here. We're going to have to unmark 90 coins with 1 Kong there, since Zorulda did spend his coins. And now we have it again. So Bismuth grabbing a refill here on his consumables. I'm not sure what level I don't remember what level he has left. I believe it's Aztec. No, it's Caves. I'm silly. What is Aztec? Has Bismuth gone to Caves? I can't even remember anymore. So Znernicus is just going to run around in style. He has nothing to do. There's no way he's going to do 4 Battle Crowns in the time it takes Zorulda to get up there. Obiyo having a real bad time with these fall-through walls in Tiny Temple. As Zorulda finishes up his DK Isles instrument pads. And heads up to Helm to close this out for Team Jersey. Oh, that one looked like it was going to work for Obiyo. Yeah, Znernicus figures may as well do the Battle Crowns. God forbid Zorulda's power goes out or something. You know, be ready. Or if that happens, I'm not sure what... Oh, does he not have 4 Battle Crowns yet? I thought he did this one, okay. That's right, he did jump straight down to Galleon instead of doing this, so he does need to grab this crown. Bismuth going for Guitar Skiv needs to get to the back half of Aztec. This, I believe, is his last level. I'm pretty sure he's gone to Cave, so he gets it. It's not over yet if Obiyo can get this clip. He's been here for a while, though. I don't know if that was on purpose. That was on purpose. Is he just gonna open the temple? Yeah, Obiyo's just resigning to opening the temple. He lost so much time to trying to do those clips. Those clips are not easy. Especially because of the way the wall is designed, it's really hard to kind of find a good angle that'll let you through the wall as Chunky there. So what's really unfortunate about this for Obiyo In 101 speedruns, which is the only time we'd ever do this, you have the Vulture Race active, which you fail immediately after hitting this switch, but then you start the race over and it brings you to the rocket barrel. Obiyo unfortunately has to walk back, which isn't that long, but it does kind of feel bad to have to make this trek again. Bismuth trying to do a cheeky little orange clip here to get into the back part of this door. Runs out of oranges, going to resign to doing the push off of Funky's hut. Zorulda on his way up into Hideout Helm. It's on to K. Rool's nose, into the weak seam, and down to the loading zone. Easy every single time. As Bismuth grabs his 600th colored banana. Zorulda gets out of bounds in Hideout Helm. So he does have Chunky's gun, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him do switch kick. I also wouldn't be surprised to see him just take the safe route and do Chunky Helm, because switch kick is such a volatile trick. You saw Znernicus struggle with it a lot. So that is the last bonus barrel. That is actually... Yeah, it's it. It's this fairy versus opening the crown door. And Obiyo has the temple open. Hold on. Is Team Quebec going to clutch this out? Zorulda gets a really fast switch kick. I think it's going to be too little too late. Obiyo hasn't gone to the Llama Temple yet, has he? I don't remember. Zorulda going for the height boost. Last thing he wants to do is inbound here. Doesn't check his angle, it's so brave. Yeah, Jersey's got it. Man, that was actually so close. Wait, no! He has gone to Llama Temple, that's it! I think Quebec won! I can't tell with the stream delay. They're actually both done. I have no idea who won. I see Znernicus has his timer stopped at a 125.50. Zorulda has his at a 125.52, but he was playing. So that's reasonable that his is late. Bismuth has a 125.49. I have absolutely no idea who won this race. I honestly couldn't tell you. I have no clue. It was so close, and like stream delay could play a part in it. I really don't know. If we're going straight off of timers on streams, oh yeah, I need to move them. Give me 2 seconds. All right, everyone's here. I have absolutely no idea who won. So if we're going off the timers on stream, Quebec won by a second.
Yeah, it could be like that. It's hard to tell because Zorulda, someone else counted down, and then I stopped timer when he. Wait, when did you count it as done? As soon as the cutscene began?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I stopped my timer like a couple of seconds after I heard Obiyo said he was done, and I got a 125.49, and I think you got a 47, Obiyo.
Yeah, 47 on my
I think you might have gotten it by a second.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah,
what an incredible race.
That was a really good race.
125.49.
I almost jumped it so bad.
Man, that was... I didn't think Obiyo had gone to Llama Temple yet, so he's in Tiny Temple getting the ferry, and Zorulda's walking up to the door. I'm like, okay, that's it for Jersey. And then they marked the goal. I'm like, wait a moment, he has gone to Llama Temple.
Yeah, I went before.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a pretty insane.
All right, let's check that we got everything right.
Yeah,
There's not a lot for me to check. I mean, other than the... Like, I was over for sure on the 600 bananas.
Yeah, I was over by like 20.
I was over by like close to 100 probably.
Oh my goodness.
Just because like they kept being on the way. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm over by like 30 something.
I got way too many in factory. I got 100 in factory. Without even going to the upper part.
Just think, dude, if I didn't make those mistakes at the end.
Oh, don't worry, we made plenty of mistakes.
You guys won.
Oh man, Obiyo, how was your fairy in Tiny's 5-door temple?
It's very close. They probably won by a second.
No, you guys won. I forgot the blueprint, apparently.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Yep.
Wait.
You forgot
Which one?
With DK.
Oh, rip.
Oh, no.
I don't know which one I caught, but yeah. Oh well.
Zorulda, you're counting blueprints too?
I'm doing it right now, yeah.
That'd be funny if we both missed a blueprint. No, I don't think so.
Right,
You were like getting like.
Okay, in aisles I have chunkies and I have.
Just go up and down with the C buttons on a Kong and count up to 4. That's the easiest way.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to say,
I got one.
Znernicus, that fungi, dude.
Yeah, that fungi went
insane.
exactly according to plan.
Oh my god, I'm sitting here trying to rap God how these tricks work, and you're getting them so fast. It's like I cannot keep up with these explanations.
Okay, I got all the
That was so insanely good.
Meanwhile, my fungi went exactly opposite.
Dude, poor Bismuth ran out of crystals as Squawks was coming down to pick him up for the beanstalk.
Oh no.
That's the worst!
The classic. It sucks so much because you have to watch the entire cutscene too.
That was incredible.
That was tragic.
I didn't even know you could. I didn't even know the timer, the crystals timer, could still like run out during the cutscene.
It runs until it runs until he picks you up because it ran out while you were playing the instrument, so the cutscene hadn't actually started.
No,
Wow.
it ran out after I played the instrument. It like I saw Tiny like
Huh.
grow
I always
back up
assumed
during the cutscene.
I always
I think
assumed that the instrument was what stopped it from running down, but I guess it's Squawks.
I think it's once he picks you up.
Yeah, I think the instrument stops it temporarily, but then it starts back up during the cutscene until Squawks picks you up, and that's when it ran out. It was
insane.
after the instrument played, but before Squawks picked me up.
I
That
got
was
the
ridiculous.
All right, there we
extra
go.
blueprint I was missing.
GG, guys. That was
Dude, my heart is still like beating so fast. That
Yeah, mine too.
was crazy.
It was such a hype ending. But like yeah, the thing was like I probably should have taken like the open crown door goal. Would have made our goal split way better, and we could have finished in like 121 or something.
I really liked
Probably,
what Quebec did with their galleon. So, major like goal splitting difference I noticed between the two teams is Bismuth did the 600 colored bananas, but he also did the 2 GBs for each Kong and galleon because he was like, there's a bunch of colored bananas like right in the way while I'm getting all these golden bananas. Whereas Zorulda took the 2 GBs and the blueprints, while Znernicus was doing the 600 colored bananas. I really liked what Quebec did there.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it was sort of odd for me to take all blueprints and galleon, while Obiyo had 4 blueprints on each Kong, but I just turned in all of them, so it was really worth it for me.
Yeah, and I could Lighthouse because, he was on the coin goal, and, I was going to spend a lot of money anyways.
What we did was get 90 coins with Chunky, since the Zorulda was doing both that and Tehran Lighthouse.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I felt so bad for Zorulda because when I brought him in to talk about the gold distribution, he was like, I'm going to go do cutout Kongs by Candy because I need to be right there for Chunky's blueprint because I want to grab all the ones in Castle. He walks past Candy as Chunky to go get the blueprint. Doesn't buy
that
in.
was where Chunky was missed.
The damn.
So it was all
It's like he even called out to me that he wanted to go buy it. Buy it, and then just missed it. I didn't even notice. And then he goes into caves. I'm like, where in the world is he going?
Yeah, he realized he didn't have it, and I was thinking of the fastest candy he could visit, since he had to do the caves lobby GB,
Right, for Diddy.
I suggested to do that.
Yeah, I mean, Caves made sense for that. I just didn't realize he'd missed it.
But yeah, that was like the only big routing goal, or like leaving the lighthouse GB uncollected and coming back for it. But I don't know. I was a little nervous at the start when I was doing Castle Dungeon because I couldn't remember if I needed to buy Baboon Balloon before going there, but I don't. The game lets you use them. And then, like at the point where I was buying a rank stand, I was like, should I buy a rank stand sprint just in case? No. I'll get it in Fungi if I need it, if things go horribly wrong. But like,
Christ, what an incredible bingo that was.
Yeah, I'm really satisfied with how that turned out. I'm sorry that Obiyo missed the blueprint. Otherwise, would have been like a perfect finish for both of us. But
yeah, it was still insane. Like that was a fun one to commentate.
Cool. I'm definitely gonna watch back the VOD.
I can't wait
how it went.
Do that. I want to see Znernicus's clutch ass fungi.
My heart was beating so fast.
Make sure you don't watch my fungi though.
I'm gonna put them side by side, Bismuth.
The only thing that was good was my movement towards the end of the second rabbit race. Like it was really good, but
oh yeah, that little orange grab.
Everything else
was still. At my stream here.
Did you guys see me get the DK blueprint in Factory?
Yeah, where you got hit, but it was into the wall, so you stayed on.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that was so scary.
I freaked out.
Dude, did you see how long it took me to get that moon kick in Factory? It was rough.
And then he had like a really janky camera angle. I'm like, I swear to God, this Kasplat's gonna ground pound and he can't see it.
No, I'm used to that camera angle. I know that's what it was gonna give me. I've done that times that it just gives me that scuffed camera angle, and I'm just like, just smash B and hope. But the second I heard that I hit the Kasplat with my aerial, that's fine.
Like, yeah, we're good.
Oh my god.
Well, are you guys able to wrap things up here or house things?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Discussed everything. Thanks so much for having us on this, and thanks everyone who watched.
Yeah,
thanks guys. This was really fun.
It was a great time. It was
a great time.
Thanks to the racers for calling me up to commentate. I had a blast.
It's a pleasure having you, Emo.
Thank you.
Unless you were talking.
Say it again.
I said, unless you were talking shit.
Nah, just
no, he wasn't.
Bismuth specifically asked me not to, so I laid into him. But other than that, no.
I don't actually have the stream pulled up. Does anyone notice if he's pulled us off live yet or no?
He has not pulled us off live.
In which case, we can do that now. So we'll go ahead and transition to our break, and we'll get set up for the next race. So viewers, sit tight, and we will have our awesome next game loaded up.
Woo! Woo!
All right, everyone. If you enjoyed that really hype DK64 run, I'll be pleased to announce that we have some Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, some triple bingo going on right after this. Just a quick reminder, we do have Fred Hutch, who is our beneficiary for this donation. So if you haven't, go ahead and let's do a good donation if you've got a little bit of spare on you. I know these are hard times for everyone, but considering this pandemic, if you have anything to spare to these awesome researchers, we would love to see if we can destroy that coronavirus and get that vaccine out as soon as possible. So if you got a chance, go ahead and throw a donation by using !donate. And that'll bring you up to our donation page. We also still have some good incentives that are still out, including the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition download code, minimum donation of $20. And we still have our Bingothon mugs. They coming in a delicate black and white. Our black ones are still reminiscent of our winter one. Fantastic for those nice morning cup of joes when you just need to get yourself up and shaken. Or if you're just feeling a little bit thirsty and just need something kind of nice to remind you of the good times you have here at Bingothon, whichever you enjoy. And minimum donation for that is $10. So if you would like a little bit of fun merch just for the sake of a donation, go ahead and again throw in that donation in, and it's good stuff. So sit tight, stay tuned, and we'll have you some more awesome bingo-oriented awesome coming your direction. We'll see you in a few, everyone.